I'm back. To all my beautiful women and lovely men, thank you for tuning in with me. The main point of this video is, as I had mentioned before, Reefer gang, Reefer squad, refrigerated units. So first and foremost, Reefer is short for refrigerated, for those who don't know, because there's some people who don't know. There are different types of terminology, different types of slang in the trucking realm that I really don't know, and I don't really care to know. But I want to definitely say this before I even start this video. If I say anything wrong in this video, mention anything that's just like, it's kind of like this instead, feel free to leave a comment below. Feel free to correct me, as I definitely am still learning through my stages and through my phases. And honestly, I don't want to be sounding wrong if I'm telling somebody else something, you know? So definitely leave a comment below. So like, I made a video of me coupling and uncoupling the tractor and the trailer, and somebody who made a comment about the landing gear handle. He said whenever you're dropping the trailer, leave the landing gear handle down. I didn't know that, and it was so funny. It was so weird. I never noticed it when I went to go pick up my trailers or pick up my loads at other places, and then randomly I started noticing the landing gear handles being down, like more so than ever. And I'm thinking like, okay, so apparently whenever you leave the landing gear handle down, it will prevent the I guess the handle from being stuck whenever it's placed back up. So I didn't know that, and I know that now. Okay, so the first thing, I want to try and go in order so I don't forget nothing. Let's go with the fuel tanks. As y'all can see in the images, the fuel tank has a gauge on it. And I try my best not to let it go no past, like once it gets between half and a quarter tank of fuel, I try to fill it up. Because one thing you don't want to happen is once the tank is empty, you have to like open up the doors to the unit. And I don't know, my trainer taught me this one time, because one time the fuel ran out, and you have to like kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but you end up resetting it. Once you put the fuel in it and fill it up with fuel, you end up resetting it by a handle or something in there, and it resets the unit. I don't know, it doesn't happen to me. I don't want it to happen to me, but yeah, it's a process. That Thermo King unit, it literally goes through oil changes. You want to make sure it has antifreeze filled in within it. It's kind of like, I guess, certain compartments that's under the hood is in the unit. But yeah, y'all see the tank, y'all see the images, y'all see the fuel gauge. That's for the reefer unit. Whenever you are setting your modes, continuous or cycle century, you definitely want to keep your modes on continuous running, from what I've been told. And that keeps the refrigerated unit from running continuously, constantly, not turning off at all. It does burn more fuel, as to where the cycle century unit, it kind of like, once it's set at the temperature that it wants to be set on, it'll shut off on its own. And then once, I guess, the temperature is kind of like dropping or going up or whatever, it'll cut back on. So the cycle century mode is more, I guess, fuel efficient, but I think the company wants you and prefers you, and most of the shippers wants and prefers you to leave it on continuous. So I don't know, I just leave it on continuous so I don't have to worry about it. So that's that. As y'all can see in the images, to where the box temp, the one that says 27 is what the actual unit is on, but the smaller one that y'all can see to the that's circled or is the 28, that's what the box is set on. So sometimes the temperatures will change a little bit. I'm not sure exactly why, but it will change, but it won't be a drastic change. If there's like drastic changes, you need to get to work. There are literally alarm codes that are followed on it. I'm not too great at explaining certain things, but I'm trying. There are alarm codes. There's a menu key, whether you want it in English, whether you want it in Spanish. There is product set points where you want to set certain things or certain products to that temperature. There's a variety of things on the actual refrigerated unit that you could take the time to learn, but a lot of it is self-explanatory if you're actually in front of it doing it. when it comes to shippers and receivers, keep in mind, you definitely do not want to be late going into your shippers and receivers when you're dropping off the load. It's way better when it comes to picking up. I think like picking up, you could kind of play with the time just a little bit. But when it comes to like your appointment times, being late is like very vital and very crucial when it comes to these products. I don't know how dry vans are or flatbeds or other divisions, but when it comes to refrigerated units, you don't want to be late when it comes to dropping off the load. Picking up, you can kind of play with it. Some places are a little bit more lenient when it comes to picking up, but dropping off, When it comes to, you want to turn off your refrigerated unit after you have, I guess, either received your phone call saying, hey, your bills are ready, come get them, or if you got a call on the CB, on your CB radio, your bills are ready, come pick it up. Pull out the dock, or if you go get your bills, or you pull out, whatever case may be, check and inspect your trailer to make sure it's empty first before you turn off that unit. Why? Because there are going to be some places who reject your loads or reject certain products, and they're going to leave those 5 cases of beef on your trailer. But you made the mistake. I mean, it's not the biggest mistake, but you already had turned it off while it could have been on and running. So make sure your trailer is empty before you turn it off. Never, never, never turn off your unit until, like, you know for sure it's okay to turn it off. Okay. When it comes to backing up your refrigerated unit or your trailer or whatever case may be, it's harder and it's a lot more challenging whenever you have your tandems slid all the way to the rear when you're backing up. Normally, if you want your tandems slid, make sure you're already aligned within the lines while you're already backed up. And say if the facility wants you to slide your tandems, definitely slide your tandems to the rear as you've already backed up or as you've already nearing your backing up process. But whenever you're backing up into a dock with your tandems already slid to the back, it's going to be a little bit harder to catch your trailer when you're in that process. I hope I'm saying this right. What else? When it comes to, shoot, I don't know. I think that's really it. A lot of places, they want you to chalk your wheels. Some places want you to disconnect your tractor from your trailer, and some places want you to slide your tandems. But I'd say this, whenever you do slide your tandems, it's important because when it comes to the forklifts and the dock plates, it doesn't have a huge dip when the tandems are slid. Like if the tandems are not slid all the way to the back and they're kind of like in the middle, it's gonna like, I don't know. But yeah, I hope some of y'all understand what I'm saying. But yeah. So I can say some of the best benefits of refrigerated units is that, or reefer, is that you're consistently and constantly moving. It's not been one time to where I was sitting too long on something. No sir, no ma'am. Like when it comes to consistency with these loads, you're moving on a constant basis. And if need be, you got the contact information of these facilities. Call them up. Call them up to see if you can drop off your load early. Call them up, like when you're picking up, call them up to see if your load is ready. Especially if you're a DOD, your deadline departure, when you were supposed to go pick it up, was like way in advance out. Call them up to see if it's ready, because it'll save you the hassle and it'll save you a lot of time.